The opening day of the first answer test match between Australia and India. We're going to get decent crowds here and good weather all the way through. Out in the centre of the ground now, Ian Chupper with the two skippers and the match referee.
Mr. Referee, you're happy? Thank you,
Yeah, I think he was a reluctant captain, and you can sort of understand it from his position. There's so much pressure on his shoulders.
I think it's so important to perform well as a team abroad, and that's what we're looking for.
He's carrying the weight of 1.3 billion people every time he walks through the gate, the bat, and every move he's scrutinised and analysed. Everything he does on the cricket field is magnified. So I think that became almost a burden for him to be a captain.
Here's the little master on his way down the steps now. The best batsman in the world about to stride out onto the Adelaide Oval.
It was just too much to think of, and he was one of those batsmen who purely just liked to totally commit himself to batting, and that was all that was on his radar. So I think as a captain it was almost a distraction for him to lead the side. So that was something that it didn't come naturally to him.
And you continue to see changes in the attack here.
Probably didn't sense or seize the initiative when he needed to, because I remember we came out after lunch and I think I was batting with Ricky and we were 4 for not many, and the first over after lunch was bowled by Saurav Ganguly.
Looks as if Tendulkar's decided to give him another over right after the lunch break.
I'm thinking, okay, they must want to change ends, but he actually kept him bowling for 3 or 4 overs, and for me as a batsman under pressure, it was like a relief that a part-time bowler was bowling medium pace.
Well, that's well played, beautiful shot. Over pitched, and it's been hit straight down the ground to the long boundary. Lovely timing by Stephen Waugh.
When the game was really there to be taken for India, so that was a significant turning point in that test match. It got me sort of comfortable and relaxed, and I was 20 not out before the real bowlers were coming on. So that was, I guess, a moment where a captain missed an opportunity.
That's it. That's 100 for Steve Waugh. His 21st Test match 100, his first against India, and it makes the complete set against all of Australia's 8 opponents in Test match cricket.
You don't want to be ducking too much here at Adelaide. He's been given out LBW.
The Tendulkar incident was the one that sort of everyone was talking about after the Test match. It was Glenn McGrath bowled the bounce, which in Adelaide often, as the game progressed, there was quite a lot of cracks, and he won the cracks and stayed low and sort of ducked and hit him in the ribs.
It's taken a long time, Daryl Harper, to think about it, and then given the Indian captain out leg before wicket, he's got a duck. Big disappointment for him, and as also for the crowd here. India 4 for 27.
You know, it was one of those decisions where you don't really expect to get it, and when we got it, we thought, oh, that's a bonus. A bouncer that didn't bounce and hit Tendulkar on the ribs, we'll take it, sort of thing.
There's a lot of movement when the batsman's ducking like that. It's hit him up under the back of the arm. Of course, not the easiest decision to give at all.
But obviously India saw it differently, and it was very controversial. And when Sachin's given out, it's not 100% obvious, and there's obviously going to be a lot of people disappointed and upset.
To an extent, the umpire might have been influenced by the fact that Sachin Tendulkar is vertically challenged.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty dangerous one to be giving.
So that was, it almost overtook the Test match result.
So Australia, 6 Test victories for the summer. 3 against Pakistan and 3 against India. Steve Waugh mentioned it fairly early in the summer that Australia would like to win all 6 of the matches, to go with the one win they had against Zimbabwe. That makes 7 on the trot.